Hi, this is Julie Thompson reporting from IAB's Innovation Days at Internet Week. I'm here with Jon Steinberg, president of BuzzFeed, and Andy Wiedlin, chief revenue officer for BuzzFeed. Hi, you guys.
We're good. How are you?
Hi, doing good.
Good. Thank you so much for being here. You just left the stage where you shared value proposition in BuzzFeed and how fast you guys are growing. Why don't you tell us just a little bit about the site and we'll dig in from there.
Sure. Well, BuzzFeed is a pop culture site, and we're dedicated to figuring out how and why content goes viral. And we're growing really fast because people find stuff that they love and they share it with their friends across Facebook and Twitter. So as a company, we're reaching 20 million uniques a month, and we're growing like crazy and working with great brands who want to distribute their content.
Yeah, we noted that you're tracking sharing behaviors for 300 million people across the web. Tell us about that.
So BuzzFeed has the largest monitoring network of what is the most shareable content on the web. So we identify 300 million unique visitors to top sites like HuffPost, Time, Us Weekly, Daily Mail, and we look to see which pieces of content are getting the most sharing activity and accelerating, and that's what we put in front of our audience of 20 million monthly visitors.
And you know, your whole presentation was about social advertising. How do you really define that?
Well, social's really the new starting point. There's been a transition from portals to search to social. Social is really now how everybody gets their content, everybody gets their news, and everybody spends their day. And we are fully committed to that, and we work with brands like GE, Toyota, and Pepsi that realize that social is the future.
I just feel like the internet is so awesome. You can discover stuff, you can engage with it, and you can share with your friends. And until now, advertising, you couldn't do that. You'd see a banner ad and you'd either click on it or more often you wouldn't. Now, if brands act like publishers and they create their own content, we want people to discover it, to have fun with it, and share it with their friends.
Yeah, we like the comparison you did between banners and BuzzFeed. And, you know, one is dated, the past, ignored, hated, being banners, and then BuzzFeed, engaging, now, shareable. Thought that was an interesting. Which of you came up with that?
Well, I mean, we all believe, we all are together and we're all building this company because we all believe that this is what's important, and we care about the consumers and we want people to have fun and we want to make advertising work. I mean, Andy's worked in the industry a lot longer than me, but we care deeply about social, we care deeply about great advertising. And we're also, privileged to be members of the IAB and moving the organization forward. And we think what's important is new formats that allow people to really engage, as opposed to the banner format, which is it's had its time.
Yeah, I just think IAB has been indispensable in creating formats so the internet can grow. But I think IAB's real purpose is innovation and what comes next.
Yeah, and how does your content, how do you, speaking of what's next, screens to the nth power, it's not even 3 screens anymore. How do you think your content is consumed across different devices, and does it vary by device?
John,
I actually don't think devices matter at all. I think it's all web. I think it's all content. We format perfectly on every device imaginable, and I really look forward to the day, which I think is coming quickly, where media buyers and content creators just think of putting content on the web. And all of those barriers between what device and this and that kind of fall to the wayside. With BuzzFeed, we're already there because we're so much about content flowing all over the place, desktop to web to computer to device. We format perfectly across every imaginable device. I think HTML5 is obviously the future. I think web is the future, but we make great apps in the interim.
Yeah, I think that, it's a good question. Like, there's so many screens, how do you deal with stuff? And to me, it's almost, looking at the technical aspect, it's almost like majoring in the minors, right? Consumer behavior will rule out. People want to find stuff, share it with their friends, and get excited about, it doesn't matter what device they're on, whether it's TV or a mobile phone or a tablet or the web.
No, exactly. You shared this great case study from Virgin Mobile that seemed highly customized. How do you build great programs for partners that are also scalable?
Yeah, well, I think it's a highly scalable process that we do, and I think we make great advertising, and our partners make great advertising, which makes it look like it's much more custom. But I don't think anybody asked David Ogilvy or Lester Wonderman, gee, your ads look like they were so hard to create. I think they said your ads are awesome, and your content's awesome, and your Rolls-Royce ad really explains the features of that device. So I think it's a return to old. And what we do is highly scalable. We have enormous margins in our business. Our clients are super satisfied. Their programs with us cost less and are more efficient than their banner programs. So I think part of the magic is that it looks so custom.
Exactly. So the future is very bright for BuzzFeed. Thank you both for being here, and see you back in the sessions.